What's up, guys? Philip Pack Pythons back in the snake pit, and today I am declaring war on whatever is killing my animals. Last video was Friday. Saturday, another snake died. Venus was found Saturday morning. She was not stiff, so she had just passed. I put her in the fridge, saved her body for Monday, which was yesterday, so that we could get a necropsy done. I also brought in the 3 animals that we discussed that I would bring in on the last video and had full exams done on them, sent some stuff off to be tested in labs, and then we green lighted them to do all kinds of stuff in the necropsy. So I have the vet's notes here. We'll go over that in a second. If anyone here follows me on social media, they might have seen that this is changing. I had an artist, his name is Helmers Chad on Instagram. I will put his link in the description. If anyone out there needs logo work, he's not super cheap, but he is awesome, amazing. If you guys follow Tyler Nolan, he's the guy that just did the shirts, the TNT shirts, with the awesome artwork on the back of Tyler and all his animals, that mural. Chad did that. Very, very good artist. I had him rework my logo. This logo was a little too close to a certain brand, and I was concerned that if I started selling items with that on it, that I could potentially be bothered by that company legally. So we decided to tweak the logo a little bit, and I love it. I loved the logo before. I created that logo myself. I drew that myself. But this logo is killer. So stick around to the end. I'm gonna show it off and announce something with that logo. So stay tuned. Real quick, let's go over the vet's notes and go through the specifics. I don't know all these big words, so bear with me. But I'm gonna read as much of this as I should. Let's see, 9/21/20. The tracheal washes for Butters, Hera, and Jellybean were all negative for any motile protozoa, and the Diff, Quick, and Gram strains were all unremarkable. English. They took fluid from the snakes, each of them individually, put them under a scope and checked them in-house, found nothing abnormal, and then took Hera's, she was the one with the most aggressive respiratory infection, and sent hers off, tested it in-house and sent it off to a lab to be tested further to see if anything grows in a sterile environment. And again, all of that came back negative. So same results that we've been getting from all the other animals. This helps to rule out parasitic and fungal causes. So we'll see what Hera's culture results show, and also what can be found on Venus's necropsy. Venus's necropsy was sent to either UGA or University of Florida. I'm not sure which one. And I green lighted them to do absolutely everything they can think of. So they're gonna do a full autopsy or necropsy, examine all the organs. Anything abnormal will get put under scope and inspected in detail. I gave them permission to do blood work, permission to do any virus testing that they can think of. So nidovirus, paramyxovirus, rhinovirus, and there was one more that was a common thing I don't remember the name of. They tested for all kinds of stuff. I also told them to test for any toxicity issues, like potentially chemicals in the bloodstream or anything like that that could be something in the environment causing illness. They're gonna test for everything. So, let's see. For the fecal we ran on Butters, while they were doing the tracheal wash, Butters had a diarrhea waste. He made a mess. And as soon as that happened, I told her, take a fecal sample and let's see if we can get anything out of that. We did a full, wait. For the fecal we ran on butters though, we did find a lot of motile protozoal parasites called trichomonas, Trichomonas, if you want to Google it. So we've sent you home with treatment for that to start all snakes showing diarrhea symptoms on. We've sent out the dose for the snakes we saw today on the label, but we've sent you with enough to hopefully treat the rest of the snakes as well. The dose of metronidazole, metronidazole, all one word, is bleep milliliters of drug per every bleep grams. I'm not going to tell you how much because you need to get that information from a vet, not off the internet. If you're trying to treat your animals, go to a vet, let them tell you how much to give. You can use this information of what drugs they used in the tests they ran to maybe help your vet know what to look for, but your vet needs to look these things up and sort them out and prescribe things to you directly. That ain't coming from me. So that should help you figure it out. You can also give a single dose in a prey item preventatively to other snakes that aren't showing signs. So gist of it is, their gut, or Butter's gut, is packed with parasites. And she also mentioned to me that she saw pinworms, which she didn't write in there. But apparently, parasites and some intestinal worms and stuff like that are normal at a minimal level. And if their immune system is compromised, those bacteria or parasites can take over and overload their body. It's just like, trying to think of an example in another animal, but I mean, you get the gist of it. So it's it can be that there's still something else going on that caused the immune system to be compromised, that caused the bacteria or the parasites in the gut to become too much. But there's another scenario where I may have brought a sick animal into the environment that already had a gut loaded with parasites. And hypothetically, if it was a male or a female and got bred to another snake, and then that snake got bred to other snakes, and then those snakes got paired to second snakes, it could have potentially, when you're breeding animals, they're rubbing their butt ends together. It's very likely that parasites could spread. So, especially when they're in an environment with potentially each other's waste. A lot of times when they're breeding, they make a mess. So, the gist of it is possible. It could be the stress of breeding even. It could be, there's a number of things that could stress the animal. There's a number of things that could stress the animal that could cause the immune system to be compromised, allow the parasites that are potentially present from a sick animal to take over and spread amongst the other animals. But we got a treatment, or we found a problem. We found a problem, which is great, because before this we had no issue, no clue what was going on. And the treatment is simple and cheap. It's like $30 for enough to treat almost 80 animals, which is amazing. Considering how much I've spent a lot of money trying to figure this out. I've probably spent close to $2,000 so far with vet visits trying to sort out what was going on. And technically the necropsy is not done yet, and the cost of the necropsy could go up depending on which procedures they decide to do as they decide to do them. So it's complicated, but the treatment for this is cheap, it's simple, it's an easy fix, and if we don't find anything else going wrong, it could be as simple as the breeding stressed them, or the humidity spike stressed them, or whatever could have stressed them out and caused the bacteria to take over. So I can handle that. We are getting everything, all the potential issues sorted out, which feels great. all of my animals now that I'm fairly certain it's not a virus, and also know that it's something simple that can be treated. These can all go back together, and I can get my setup the way it should be, which is going to help me manage the tops and bottoms of the temperatures of the tops and the bottoms, and get everything a little more dialed in, which is great. I had a bunch of people suggest in the last video that we get rid of any gas engines or anything that is, could be causing fumes in here. So that kind of got me brainstorming about other things that could be going on. So the lawnmower and the tank are both now in the backyard, and I got a cover for that. Came in today from Amazon. It's like 16 bucks. I don't know if you know this, but they sell a lawnmower cover that is just like a push mower, tarp over the top, but it's fancy and weatherproof and all that stuff. It was like 16 bucks. So, ding, sold. Another thing was I realized that I used to spray for bugs in here before this turned into the snake pit. So, tempted to roll these shelves out of the way and scrub the ground right here, which, it's been a year since I've sprayed in here. So, it's very unlikely that that's the problem. But I'm tempted to go to any extreme at this point to make sure that I don't have any problems. So, there's a good chance I'm gonna crack this door open and wash all this out some point this week, especially if I'm gonna be moving everything together, and sort that out for sure. Another thing I thought about is my F10 dosage. So I did a little research. I found out that the percentage of F10 that I was putting to the water was a little high. I was under the impression that F10 was completely animal safe, and it's not. Just so you know, F10 can be overdone. I don't think I was overdoing it. One thing that I did overlook is that it's not quite like other sanitizers where you can spray it on and leave it on and it sanitizes and then that's it. F10 is something that you need to spray, soak, wipe out, spray, soak, wipe out multiple times if necessary. And wiping it out is important. And there have been a few cases where in a animal's enclosure that was funky would get sprayed down, cleaned, and then I would spray it down and then put bedding in and let the F10 air dry, and then put the enclosure back together. And I wasn't fully taking that out of the environment. So there's a chance, which is why we're doing some toxicology or toxicity tests on the Necropsy to make sure that that's not a problem as well. I don't think it is. I talked to my vet. She didn't think it was, but she did say there were some steps I should be taking to make sure I'm using the F10 properly. So let's see what else. There was one more thing, I think. No, that was it. So it was the gas. People mentioned this being a problem. That is an electric heater. No issues there. Humidity that I mentioned last time is basically under control at this point. Everything seems right on the money. This, I didn't mention last time, does pull humidity out as it's running. It's vented out through the wall, and it pulls air from inside and then splits it. Some comes out the front, either hot or cold, and then the opposite temperature with some moisture goes out the wall, and then moisture that condensates inside the unit goes through a hose out and through this garage door. So this unit is constantly robbing moisture out of the environment, which helps maintain temperature. So I think we've kind of checked all the boxes. Like I said, this is war. I'm not playing around. I am kicking this thing's butt. Anything and everything I could think of, any suggestions you guys make, I am sorting through and trying to find the best options to tackle this crap. So, moral of the story, I think we're clear. Tonight is feed night, everything's getting treated at least once, and then anything that shows signs of diarrhea or any kind of loose waste or abnormal waste is getting treated 3 times, once a week for 3 weeks. And anything that's not eating right now is going to be assist fed with medicine in the prey item. So more things to sort out there, but progress. Super excited. Okay, now that we're through all that, let's move along to this. Pack pythons. Pack pythons used to look a lot like a certain video game character that I don't want to get sued by. So I am going to share the new logo right now. Man, how cool is that? That thing is killer. I am so stoked at how awesome it came out. Guy who did the logos for Tyler Nolan on his TNT shirts, the mural on the back of the shirt, I got a hold of him. He is an undiscovered animal. Dude is incredible. His artwork is on Instagram. He is great. And his prices are a little more than some people charge, but he is totally worth it. He's great. This stuff is awesome. He totally nailed this new logo. So I have been getting a ton of requests for shirts and stickers, and I guess that's basically it. Shirts and stickers, shirts and stickers, shirts and stickers. I put together a TeeSpring account where you guys can go, and I dropped all the prices, as not all the way down, but really low. I'm not making hardly anything off of this. It's not for money. I just want you guys to be able to buy my stuff if you want. If you want to rock my brand, I love the logo. I think a lot of people out there love the logo. And if you're interested, go in the description, check out the link to Teesprings. And yeah, that's it. I made some posters, there's some stickers, there's some t-shirts for men and women. I've got V-necks on there, of course. I just ordered a bunch of stuff for me, my wife, and a couple things to send out to some other people that I've been meaning to send shirts and stuff to. There's some coffee mugs and posters and all kinds of cool stuff. So go check it out. If you're interested, buy it. Do not feel pressured at all to buy absolutely anything. You can just go look at it and enjoy how cool it looks. I I can't stop looking at this new logo. I'm obsessed with it. I've sent it to my mom, my grandma. I've sent it to everybody. I love showing it off. It's so cool. So, anyways, what else? I think that's it, guys. So, most of the people that watch this stuff aren't subscribed. It's like, I think 80% of you guys aren't subscribed to my channel. So, if you aren't subscribed, you should be. Hang out, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell so you know when I'm posting stuff. I'm gonna put a little circle. Well, let's see what side I'm gonna put it on. I'm gonna put a circle right here. Y'all can click on that, and that will bring you to subscribe to my channel. And I'm gonna put a little video right here that you'll probably enjoy watching if you haven't watched it already. But that's it for today. You guys take it easy. If it ain't easy, don't take it. Peace.